Hi Leo, I love you, honey. So we've been out here putting planets in birth charts. Figure we do a reading before we clean up to start going, doing other things. Let's see. I love you, honey. I appreciate everything you do for us here on the channel. Let's see, Leo. Holy angels, Holy spirits, to the divine above, angels and ancestor gods. What can Leo know? See. We're going to pull 5. Successful communication, Leo. You got the Queen of Swords with her back turned. Let's pull 6. Look, manifesting, ending the cycle with the Queen of Swords. This King of Wands, so he can look back on receiving messages successfully. Wow. So let's pull the bottom of these cards. I wasn't going to pull so many, but yeah, we are. So you got the number 66 there. They want to justify the messages. Well, it's a shocking revelation for this masculine. Because what the Queen of Swords didn't know, that once they end this cycle, it's going to abundify their struggle. So this Queen of Swords, she's struggling. She's actually madly manifesting payback. Like out of spite. Like wanting to be mean to someone. I'm just going to say the true colors are shining through for the King of Wands. Whether it's a Leo. Can you see the cards? Whether it's a Leo or a mouth on fire sign. Let's see what this is. What is the internal energy for the 6 Wands, 6 Pentacles? This is a level of success, an earthly level of success. At least that has to be at 100%. You have to be on an earthly level. You have to be able to live by yourself, be independent. What is the internal energy? 8 Swords. 9 Swords, Leo. External. Oh my gosh. What's external? 6 Pentacles, 6 Wands. 5 Pentacles. Alone. Whoever's external is the one that called judgment on the low vibes. You. Like, how's it going to be equal if it's not equal on earth? I mean, 5 Pentacles and 6 Pentacles. 5 Pentacles is low vibe and 6 Pentacles is level here on earth. And just in case you don't know, 6 Pentacles is the minor arcana for justice. Justice is a spiritual level. So the internal energy here is what I'd like to do now. Trying to clarify what's internal, what's external. We'd like to see, for Leo, where is mercy? Where's the divine feminine? 8 Swords, 9 Swords, 5 Pentacles, and Judgment. Well, she has the Emperor, Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to say she wants this masculine to take his time. She wants her masculine to start analyzing his life. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. And this could actually be the feminine. Yeah, she's in sleepless nights because her masculine's taking too much time. What is she saying in the Knight of Pentacles? Eight Cups, no emotions. Too comfortable. She said the masculine was too comfortable from walking away, and it's taken too long for it to come back. Not coming together, so she's leaving. She could have already relocated, this feminine. And it's what she's going to do once she calls for judgment. That tower moment's going to hit the masculine like he don't know what hit him. A tsunami's going to hit him and he ain't even living on the beach. Just saying, I have a fan under the table. It doesn't have any sides, so sometimes I accidentally stick my toes in the fan. It's okay, we'll laugh together, okay? Just to let you know. Oh gosh, let's see. Where's the masculine right here? He's blocked from coming together because of family. This one has to change in the conflict, a challenge of destiny. So is what this is saying, the judgment in the Five Pentacles. This masculine, I say, actually has to pay this judgment alone. That's the breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? He's going to end up calling for judgment because of the low vibes. He's going to feel like he just doesn't belong anywhere. And he's going to need to find his sense of belonging. So where is the masculine when it comes to Five Pentacles and judgment? There's your Five Pentacles. And King of Cups. He is figuring out, he's going to call that final and firm decision on being emotionally controlled. Remember the Eight of Cups come earlier for the feminine? She felt him walk away. She not only watched him, she felt it. And that's what he knows that he needs to focus on, and he's got to master it. That's perfection. Eight Wands, quick communication, messages coming in, messages being received from the divine above, because you do have justice there. What is justice in the Eight of Wands? What's the overall energy? Knight of Wands, Three Wands. Planning and preparing to turn one's back on immaturity. Someone that's not ready to settle down. Yep. To rebuild intuition. Whoever this is here disconnected on purpose to rebuild the self spiritually. Because they knew the situation they were connected to wasn't going to allow them to do so. Yeah, that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Hope, faith, balance, renewal. This is also earth angel energy. Turn their back on it because there was just wasn't ready to settle down. Where's the feminine? Eight Wands, justice. She's guarded. This left her guarded. She's actually reconsidering her boundaries. Yeah. I'm going to say this is a feminine. She's nervous to take a risk. She's nervous just to jump in. Masculine. The communication has to make sense. It's got to make sense. It's not only got to make earthly sense, it's got to make spiritual sense. So where the masculine is, look, this is a wish fulfilled. He wishes he could tell, wishes he could offer what was blocked to the Queen of Wands to transition, comfortability of trust with new energy. He knows that if it would have went different, you would feel different. You wouldn't. How does he think the feminine feels? How does he think the feminine feels? Oh. Well, he's thinking, how do you think she feels? I was trying to master a karmic. I was trying to master someone that didn't work. Someone that was unstable. If there was an off, what's in this offer the masculine would take to the feminine? What's in the Page of Cups? The initiation of interest. Judgment on the dark side. There's the Queen of Cups, the counterpart to the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, low vibe and emotional contract. King of Swords. This is going to change the masculine. It's going to make him think straight. I mean, you get Judgment in the Devil. That's making a final and firm decision on what do you want to do. That's the dark side. Temptation. Next, we have the Tower and the King of Wands. So this is a masculine. And, you know, the Tower. I see 8 swords over there. And here's the other 2. Well, didn't wait long, did they? After 10 swords. After 10 swords, the Tower is the major arcana for 10 swords. So, what was the shocking revelation? What happened shockingly? The Moon. He said, this masculine says, it just happened so fast. Her strength was deceptive. Yes, look at the powerful baby. Her energy was just, oof, he said. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. Well, what did he think about her? What did he think? What he was thinking, 2-1. This is the intuitive path of nothing but rebuilding the foundation through truth. Clarifying what their intuition's been waiting to rebuild. Oh my goodness. Where's the divine feminine here? Notice you got the moon, and then in the 8 cups you also have the moon again. Well, the divine feminine, she has the King of Cups. She wants to marry this person. She might even want to have a family with them. Scorpio energy. Where is the divine feminine? Or she wants him to find where his emotions are, to where he can love himself. She's not interested. Yeah. 7 cups, 7 swords. This masculine's got a lot of work to do with this feminine. The feminine is saying, I just want him to be happy. I just want him to be emotionally complete. Once he completes that, the rest will happen on its own. Or she's saying he's married. Here's the King of Cups and the 5 Pentacles. Whoever he was connected to brought his vibration down. What does the masculine want to say back to the feminine when she's coming out in the King of Cups and 10 Cups? She's saying, he looks happy to me. The Hangman, yeah. A different perspective where you've been, where you don't ever want to go again. Left the abundance hanging. Left to buy abundified freedom right here is what this is. He would take a risk and come forward. He's saying here, and this is the Sun. He knows now. He knows he left the legacy hanging. He did not support the legacy. This is rich family. Where's the divine feminine within her? Where is she? Divine feminine? What can the channel know? Page of Swords. Yeah. Can you see that? I'll show you. She's looking for herself. She's curious about her own self. Independent curiosity. This woman is in her own fucking lane. Whoever she is, you leave her alone too long, you won't even get to conversate with her like you used to. So we have the feminine now. Maybe something she doesn't know about the Libra energy. Or she's taking strategic measures. Somebody here was blindsided, stuck, stagnant, undecided, blindfolded. Making a stand on a transformation of independence. Honey, this is a feminine that has risen from the ashes. I'm going to tell you what, this feminine in this reading, the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, she's a very stable person. She is a Capricorn energy. She's a homemaker. She'll bake cookies for the whole community. Make sure everybody gets one, but you get one of those people in reverse, they're very greedy. They'll still mail out your mailbox just to piss you off. Who is this Queen of Swords when it comes to the Leo feminine? It's trying to come in reverse with the Queen of Cups. She could be somebody that don't love you, and that's what's going to make you start loving yourself. What's the blockage with the Queen of Swords and the feminine? Hangman, there it is. Spark of interest without support. For example, divine feminine, if, I'm going to say if, like if you ever got to where you were going to marry this masculine, this Queen of Swords will show up in the middle of your wedding. Hey, have you said, you know, whoever don't agree with this wedding, speak now, forever hold your peace? You know, she's that kind of bitch. I don't like talking mean and bad about people, but where's the masculine with this girl? Queen of Swords, Two Swords. You don't trust her. Knight of Cups. She brought him down a notch. Yeah. That's his challenge, his conflict, his drama, his competition, his strife, his jealousy. Seven Swords. If you don't know what the Seven Swords is, these 5 swords is what he's packing around. So you have a masculine here that's been helping this girl. She's never appreciated it. Where is the Leo feminine here? Leo feminine. That's why justice is here. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. You're justifying the spiritually balanced skills by making a stand. You're standing up for your fucking self. You're making a stand. You're standing up for yourself. Your protection. You're justified. You're justifiably protected. You told the freaking truth, and the divine knows. Masculine, where are you with the Queen of Swords, Two Swords? And you got that 5 swords, 2 swords. There's your 7 swords. So this is what's hidden. Behind the scenes, he's letting out this truth. This 4 of swords is in reverse. What truth is he letting out? That he's been holding in. You got 4, 4, 4. That he's been holding in. Here's the Page of Wands and interest. He wants to heal. This masculine wants to heal. Behind the scenes, he wants to heal. And this masculine, I mean, 5 swords could be 5 different friends that you shouldn't be trusting. Why is the masculine coming out when it comes to the Queen of Swords? This is the friends of this person. Yeah. Karmic blockage. There's your karmic hold right there, masculine. 4 of swords, resting and recuperating. You don't know the truth about your own self. This could be, could have been 4 years ago. It actually blocked you from being able to savor any of your energy. You could drink 5 gallons of water and still feel thirsty. Correct me if I'm wrong. From 4 to 10 years ago. But for the last 2 years, things started easing up. Like you're down to 2 pentacles manifesting. You're down to 2 contracts. So this karmic blockage, this is a karmic hold. You know why? Because the cycle has to end, and the cycle that has to end is the abundance. This abundance needs to be left hanging, no longer supporting the rich life. Materialism. Fuck it, let's break it. It's a $5,000 table. Where the fuck is the sledgehammer? You got 150 people sitting around. They're like, no, she's not gonna break a fucking table. Yeah, you busted, and the one beside it. Yeah, it's like breaking a fucking plate, stabilizing your peace. The Empress, the enlightenment to the King of Wands, or the King of Pentacles. This is a woman, I'm going to say this is 4 years ago, 4 to 10 years ago. This is a woman that was more man than the man was. She was more masculine than the masculine was. That's what scared him. She wasn't approachable like the rest of the feminine. She didn't care what kind of drinks he bought. She bought her own. So the karmic blockage here, because the feminine's making a stance, she's justifying her protection, and this is a spiritual balance. 6 Pentacles, no, at the earthly level. Justice, excuse me. Justice is a spiritual level. Well, the feminine's protected on a spiritual level. The masculine actually has a karmic blockage because of the friends of this Queen of Swords. Tell them to get gone, take their fucking shoes with them, take the chips that they opened last night, take it all. The dip they got in the fucking fridge, take it. You're gonna have to stand up and take control of your home and your surroundings and your proximity, at least 10 foot. I don't care where you are. If you don't, somebody else is gonna do it for you. And how that's going to do it is no longer being rich here on earth, no longer having money, gold around your neck and stuff like that. You know, the divine doesn't run on riches. There you go. If you're looking for a contract, if you're looking for what you're manifesting, the materialism has to go. Because this emotional offer is in judgment right now. Yeah, judgment for the Queen of Wands on the confusion. There it is. Let's clarify masculine and feminine right there. Making a final and firm decision on the offer that you're looking to manifest. Oh, they're telling you they don't want you in riches gold down here. The less rich you are up here, the more rich they can make you up there. Where's the masculine? You're in this 5 swords, my love. Throw them to the fucking curb. Take those clowns to the curb. Yeah. Don't be too comfortable with someone undermining you over and over again. If you know the blanket's red and they're telling you blue, you fucking say it's red. Yeah, it's an independent wish to love. Ending the cycle. Okay. They want you to reconsider. Why would you wish to end the cycle when you're making no movement on it? You're just wishing karma on yourself. Because when you wish to do something and then you don't make a movement on it, you're wishing karma on yourself. My goodness. Where's the divine feminine? Manifesting an offer you're looking to manifest. Hello, King of Pentacles, Taurus. Yeah. She says, well, the masculine has to end that cycle first. The feminine, she's not telling too much about herself. She's reflecting on what she knows about what this shit is. That's beautiful. You know why? Because she's busy manifesting. You have the Magician and the Two of Pentacles. Somebody's busy manifesting. Where's the divine feminine here? Yeah, spiritual dead end, spiritual wounds. She's a spiritual warrior for soulmate ascensions. Oh my God. This feminine will never give up on this masculine. I'm going to tell you that right now. She will never give up on this masculine. You see this? Queen of Swords, King of Swords. She said, you're going to checkmate me, bitch. Is what she's going to do. She's going to piss him off. She's going to piss him off to where he wakes himself up. And there's the Four of Wands again. How will she piss him off? Well, the Queen of Pentacles is going to reconsider the communication with the Queen of Wands, moving forward, emotionally thinking. So the other woman's thinking, yeah. You see the Queen of Swords in the Tower with the King of Wands right there. So that's where he's going to wake up. He's going to reflect in the past. There's going to be something that this Queen of Swords is going to tell him. It's going to be something that she's going to say to him. And it's going to be, I don't know how to describe a bright light. And no other lights around. What will be said to this Queen of Swords? The Magician. I am spiritually manifesting. They're saying an affirmation. They're manifesting right in front of the Queen of Swords. They're saying something like, thank you, universe. I appreciate you. I'm a money manifester. They're just affirmation in front of the Queen of Swords. Spiritual manifestations on the interest to start all over on a different path of interest behind the scenes in secret. They're saying it in front of the other person. They're saying, can you please take me to the path that I was chose to be on? What is this other person thinking? What's the Queen of Swords thinking? An emotion fulfilled with a wish fulfillment. So the Mouselands making a wish, wishing to challenge the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, guess where it come out at? Feminine. Come out with the Page of Swords and 9 Pentacles. Ooh. So the Mouseland's telling the Queen of Swords that he's actually manifesting spiritually. It's a spiritual manifestation. Yes, he's going to go back to the one in the past. That 6 Cups is in reverse. Look at that. Full. Freely. He's not only affirming here. Let me show you. You got the 6 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Magician up there. The only other cards that's not here is the 2 Pentacles and the King of Swords. That's a dark night of the soul. Once this person gets out of this is 7 Swords, 9 Wands. It's a deception of reconsidering. It's interference. Something interfering with them being able to look into something. A successful recognition. Successful ascension, honey. Without the truth. Spiritually. They're going to figure out that they're not going to find all the answers without finding the spiritual truth first. And they are doing some powerful manifestations. I mean, like an affirmation could be like for all 7 chakras. Like, I am wealth. I feel wealth. What is the Queen of Swords thinking? Oh my goodness. What she's thinking is deception. She's thinking about interfering in the energy when moving to the contract peacefully, a path of interest, trusting in the transition. Yeah, 10 Swords. She's undermining it the whole way. So this Mouseland's going to finally say, fuck you. He's going to slingshot that hoe. All those 10 wands, he's going to put it right back on her. Wow. How's he going to do that? Oh, he's going to tell her about it. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, he's going to speak up. Look, he's going to speak up when she challenges his mind, body, and soul independent searching for his independent enlightenment. Is what she's going to do. She's going to laugh at him. She's going to laugh at him. Look. And then you have the Death card and the King of Wands in reverse. That's going to be the end to his ego right there. This Mouseland is going to swallow harder than he has in his whole life. Like a nervous swallow, like almost choking on this. Yeah, there's that 10 wands. He's going to say, well, you can stick those 10 wands straight up your fucking you know what. because he's going to move forward. The Chariot, there's the Judgment cross on the front of the car, making that final and firm decision to move forward. But he's not taking the 10 Wands with him. And here's the Death card here. This emotional confusion about where his ego was, it's ended. Done. Knowing he's being divinely guided, this Emperor being divinely guided away from the 7 swords and slingshot that bitch to be able to plan and prepare to turn your back on all these 10 Wands right here, or you can be comfortable with initiating the offer of divine timing. 4-4 again, unknown blockage, unemotion fulfilled at a dead end. Once these words are spoken, shit's going to start changing. That's why the communication has to be justified and truthful. Queen of Cups could need to be acknowledged. Yeah. Be enlightened on the lover's connection. Ooh. What's the Sun? Look. Somebody has to tell the Queen of Cups about the Leo energy. Somebody has to tell the karmic twin about the spiritual enlightenment of Leo. Because that's what's blocking destiny. That's the only thing that's not clear for destiny. Well, who's got to tell her? Well, I think the divine's going to. Oh, family's going to tell her. Family's going to show her for what it is. That 10 Cups. Yeah, because they're going to stand up for the soulmate connection. Oh, golly, Leo. They don't like her either. They don't like her either. They're tired of buying her cigarettes. Yeah. It's a challenge of her own interest of independent heartbreak. She causes situations to happen, then cries about it. And that's what she needs to reflect on. She needs to be doing some soul searching, some shadow work. And that's when it needs to be initiated long term. Because that stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights, she's stressing herself. Clearly immature, argument, interest. The family even saying there's nothing they could do for her. Look at this. You have the Queen of Wands and the Empress right here. Look. Mastered love. Peacefully. I don't know what you want to say. They don't want this masculine with this woman. They want in Leo and an Aries together. Or a female fire sign and a man fire sign. Somebody's family knows the spiritual secrets here. And maybe one of you have only told 2 people. 2 people that didn't know about the spiritual realm before, but since they've talked to you, they've looked into it. And they're going to, a couple people in the family will make sure that it's a smooth transition. There's a transition right there. Relocate in divine timing. Mastered. You got true love. Truth is going to come before love. Celebrating what you didn't know. Strength card. Queen of Wands. Leo. Oh my gosh. Whatever you did was amazing, because it's like you put yourself in a mindset to where the less you see, the better off you are. You didn't pay attention to anybody. Is what you did. You powered up your own confidence, your vibrancy. When you were thinking emotionally, you reflected within. You went within. You did the shadow work because you were looking to enlighten them on the what's interfering in the 2 cups. Ooh. You knew something was interfering. You knew this person didn't see it, and you wanted to tell them. Yeah, because you knew what you were manifested was being challenged by competition, waiting for the right time to see truth, some sort of clarity on your divine lover. Look, behind the scenes, finding peace and contentment to communicate with the Empress and move forward, trusting that the level with this Queen of Cups would focus on love. So this is the shadow work, reflecting on where they went. They only deceived themselves. This masculine only lied to themselves because of independently walking away from emotions from this Queen of Pentacles. That's her fault and his fault. But now, 2 wish fulfillments, an earthly wish and a spiritual wish. Emotionally content with knowing the truth, starting the initiation of the argument of interest, the Tower. As soon as they found out the truth, it's like they said to themselves, oh no. They treated the wrong one raw. What is the shocking revelation, the sudden change, the breaker 1-9, you know. Judgment's already been called because it's on the Chariot. There you go. Assessing the investments of the King and the Queen of Swords through truth. Clarifying the soulmate, successfully recognizing new energy and confusion and reconsideration. So whoever this Queen and King of Swords are, they know they're about to separate and never come together again. Female fire sign. You've paid your dues of heartbreak. Look at that. And now this offer's coming back. Masculine, where are you at? Here comes the sun. He's been enlightened. He's opened up spiritually. He's like, I'm sorry. He blocked the energy. He blocked the brand new energy. Yeah. No ego. Without ego, he was able to think straight. And what he found out, he cut these 10 swords down with one sword. And he did it through the divine. Feeling defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to and betrayed. Well, that ended because he dropped those 10 wands. And then the masculine could see something clearly. And what he saw clearly was that the Queen of Swords had successfully confused him on where he was reconsidering on what he wanted in a soulmate. Brainwashing. He felt his brain in the washer on power cycle. I love you guys. Ciao.